Wishing you a very beautiful day, dear students. As I was just getting myself ready to teach you this lesson, a beautiful thought occurred to my mind. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? You know, there are many people in this world who think more about others than themselves, and they give more to others than utilizing what they have for themselves. Such people are blessed immensely by God, and God showers them with wonderful blessings. Today, we are going to learn a beautiful lesson from your supplementary textbook entitled The Happy Prince. The Happy Prince. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold. He had sapphires for eyes and a ruby in his sword. Why did he want to part with all the gold that he had and his precious stones? Let's listen to the story carefully. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of a happy prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. Gilded means covered with thin leaves of gold or paint. For eyes, he had bright two sapphires. Sapphire is a precious stone, which is usually blue in color, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. Sword hilt means the handle of the sword. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. A swallow is a bird. The writer Oscar Wilde says that the swallow's friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then the little swallow also decided to go to Egypt. All day long the swallow flew, and in the night time he came back to the city. "Where shall I put up?" he said. "I hope the town has made preparations." Then he saw the statue on the tall column. "I will put up there," he cried. "It is a fine position with plenty of air." So he alighted just between the feet of the happy prince. Alighted means he came down. "I have a golden bedroom," he said softly to himself as he looked around, and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wings, a large drop of water fell on him. "What a curious thing!" he cried. "There is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining." Then another drop fell. "What is the use of the statue if it cannot keep the rain off?" he said. "I must look for a good chimney pot." And he determined to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw. What did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. Who are you? He said. I am the happy prince. Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. Drenched me means I have been fully wet. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue, I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. So, see, my dear students, the happy prince is explaining to the swallow how his life was when he was alive, how he never experienced sorrow or sadness. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. And so I lived, and so I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness. Ugliness means everything that is not beautiful. Ugly is the opposite of the word beautiful. And he says, I can see all the misery of the city. Misery means everything that is bad, all the suffering of the city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. So the swallow thought that the statue of the happy prince was entirely a statue of gold. He didn't know that part of it was lead. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Far away, continued the statue in a soft musical voice. Far away, in a little street, there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn. Worn means she looks very tired, and she has coarse red hands. Coarse means rough hands, and her hands are pricked by the needle. Pricked means they are poked by the needle. For she is a seam mistress. Seam mistress means she stitches clothes. She is embroidering flowers on a gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. That means this lady who is stitching, she is embroidering, means she is doing some embroidery work on a dress, and the dress is for the queen's maid of honor who will be wearing that dress for a ball. A ball means for a dance. In the bed, in the corner of a room, her little boy is lying ill. That means this lady has a little son who is sick. He has a fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water. So, see, this woman is very poor. She can't afford to give her son anything. She can only give him river water. The little boy is only crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby from my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal. That means the prince is saying, see, I am fixed on this column and I can't go anywhere. He is requesting the swallow to take the ruby which is on the handle of his sword and go and give it to this poor woman. He says, I cannot move. At this, the swallow says, I am waited at Egypt. That means he says, my friends are waiting for me in Egypt. My friends are flying up and down the Nile. Nile is a river in Egypt, and they are talking to the large lotus flowers. The swallow says, soon my friends will go to sleep. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one more night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother is so sad. That said the prince. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the swallow was sorry. It is so cold here, the swallow said. But he agreed to stay with the happy prince for one night and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. The swallow picked out the ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in its beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower. A cathedral is a very big church, and on this cathedral there were white marble angels that were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. She said, I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seam mistresses are so lazy. The swallow passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the mast of the ships. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly. That means the boy had a high fever, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so very tired. The swallow hopped in and laid the ruby on the table. Then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I felt, said the boy. I must be getting better. So when the boy felt that he was feeling cool with the fanning of the swallow's wings, he felt that he was getting better, and he sank into delicious slumber. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold, said the swallow. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. When day broke means when it was early in the morning at sunrise. Tonight I will go to Egypt, said the swallow. And he was in high spirits. To be in high spirits means to be very excited. He visited all the monuments and sat on the top of the church steeple. On the church there is a tall tower sort of a structure which is known as the steeple. When the moon rose, he flew back to the happy prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. I'm starting off now, he said. Do you have any commissions means do you have any official work in Egypt, the swallow is asking the happy prince. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, will you stay with me one night longer? I am waited for in Egypt, answered the swallow. Swallow, swallow, said the prince, far away across the city I see a young man in a garret. Garret means the top room of the house. The prince says that the man is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. Withered violets means violets are flowers. Withered means they are already dead or they are already spoiled. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as pomegranate. You know that pomegranate is a fruit. So here the prince is comparing the lips of this man to the pomegranate fruit. And he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he is too cold to write any more. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger has made him faint. Grate is a special framework made of metal in order to put firewood or to place coal in the houses in countries where it is very cold, where people sit by the fire to warm themselves. I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked whether he should take another ruby to the playwright. So the swallow is asking the happy prince, should I take another ruby from your sword or from any other place and give it to the writer? Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have. You know that I have told you right at the beginning of this lesson that the happy prince had eyes that had sapphires, and sapphires are precious stones. So the prince says that these sapphires are made of rare stones. So the prince says that this is the only thing that is left now, and that is his eyes. And he says that these stones were brought from India. They are very precious. He ordered the swallow to pluck one of them and take it to the playwright. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play. Dear prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that. And he began to weep. Swallow, swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the young man's garret. It was easy enough to get inside, as there was a hole in the roof. Through this he darted and came into the room. The young man had his head buried in his hands, so he didn't hear the flutter of the bird's wings. And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. So see, the bird came and left the precious stone for this man so that he could buy some firewood to keep himself warm and finish writing the play that he was writing. I am beginning to be appreciated, the young man cried. This is from some great admirer. So he is now feeling that someone is admiring him, and so he has sent him this beautiful stone. Now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. The next day the swallow flew down to the harbour. He sat on the mast of a large vessel and watched. Here, a large vessel means a ship, a very big ship. A mast is a tall pole that is in the ship which helps to support the ship, or it also is used to put sails. Or I'm going to Egypt, said the swallow. But when the moon rose once again, it was evening, and the swallow goes back to the happy prince. I have come to bid you goodbye, says the swallow. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you not stay with me one night longer? It is winter, answered the swallow, and the snow will soon be here. In Egypt, the sun is warm on the green palm trees, and the crocodiles lie in the mud and look lazily about them. In the square below, said the happy prince, there stands a little match girl. She has let her matches fall in the gutter, and they are all spoiled. Matches are those matchsticks that you see in the kitchen. They are used for lighting a fire. So this little girl, all her matches have fallen in the gutter and they are all spoiled. And now she's going to get a beating from her father for having spoiled all the matches. And she will have no money to take home. So she is crying. She has no shoes or stockings, and her little head is bare. Bare means she has no cover on her head. Pluck out my other eye and give it to her, and her father will not beat her. I will stay one night longer with you, said the swallow to the happy prince. But I cannot pluck out your eye. You would be blind. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the happy prince. Do as I command you. So the swallow plucked out the prince's other eye and darted away. He swooped past the match girl and dropped the jewel in the girl's palm. What a lovely bit of glass, cried the little girl. And she ran home, laughing.